Hi guys, so here are a few little tips for using the Wow Gimmick. Little tips I've figured out by using this. I've been using it since the first version for at least about nearly 15 years now. Now first of all, when you engage the gimmick, okay, it's designed really for a right-handed person because you see there's about 1 millimeter showing over the edge over here. If I put a card behind it, you might just see that little edge there, about 1 millimeter there, okay? And it actually tapers down. You can't see it. The subtle difference is so small, but it's really designed for that right hand side there. So when you engage it from here, you get a perfect amount of movement. If you're engaging it from the other side, from here, I find it doesn't go all the way through. So there you can actually still see through it, like, even though it's engaged. Okay, so always press on the right hand side there, and then it gets fully engaged. Okay, so when you're doing this, this is a 5 of hearts. So I've been in a situation where I have a double lift. I'll turn that over, leave that on the packet, and you want to turn it in, put it in upside down like that, okay, and then press on the right hand side down there to engage the gimmick, and then you'll find that'll engage exactly and nice and clearly. And the same as when you're going to change it, okay, turn it over and press on that right hand side. If you press on that right hand side, okay, oops, the other way around, press on the right hand side, you'll see it changes fully and a nice clear crisp one, okay. If you're going to press on the left hand side there, you see it never fully goes all the way through, okay. It's all designed for this right hand side there, and now you see it fully engaged. So that's the first little tip. Okay, the second tip is after quite a bit of use, and I mean a lot of use, you may find that this will start to separate around here. Okay, this little flap here where you tuck the card in will separate. Now don't worry, it's not the end of the world. All you need to do is pop a very small dab of super glue all the way along the end there, and glue it back on. Now the newer versions, it has tape that goes all the way around the edge like that, so they're a lot better made. So if you've got version 3, that shouldn't happen, but if you're using version 1 or 2, the tape doesn't go all the way around, it's just layers glued onto it. Okay, so that's the second little tip. So the next thing I'm going to show you is what happens if your gimmick is a little bit stiff. Okay, so what can happen is the gimmick, as you press it, it's just a little bit stiff going back and forward. So don't worry if you need to do that. All you need to do is have a little bit of talcum powder at hand. Now, depending on which version you have, there are different amounts of layers. So 1 and 2, version 1, I think you have 2 layers. Version 2, you have 3 layers. This version 3 has about 4 or 5 layers. So you need to make sure you get the right one. So what you need to do is just pull out the little gimmick, but don't pull it out all the way. I might have to use my teeth to do this. You might need a pair of tweezers if you have one. Oh, there we are. You can use your teeth like that. Okay, so don't pull it all the way out because you may not know which way it goes back in. I mean, you can take it all the way out, but if you do, just remember, one, the way it goes in, because if you take this all the way out and turn it around and put it back in the other way, it won't work as well. And also the layer, if you look very closely here, okay, you may think that's the main layer, but there's not. There's actually another layer in between here like that, you see. So you've got one layer there, you've got one layer there, and then you've got another layer in here like this, and there's another layer, another small bit of card just behind here, which you can just about see the line there. There we go, you can see the line there on there. So there are so many layers to this. So if you are going to take it all the way out, make sure you make a note of exactly which layer it goes in, because it can be a little bit tricky. But basically, yeah, so it's a little bit stiff. All you need to do is pull it out about 3/4 of the way. Get a little bit of talcum powder, put a little bit on a desk or a plate or something like that, just a tiny bit like that. Take some with your hand, and you're just going to give it a little rub like that on both sides. And then you're going to wipe it off, and this does the same thing as fanning powder does on cards. It just allows a tiny little air gap to get inside it, and once you've done that, you're going to push it all the way in and back out the other side, pull it out again like this, and then you're going to do the other third. Okay, but I'm actually going to do about a fifth here. Tiny bit of water from my teeth there. So there we are, just a little bit on the other side, and a bit on this side as well. Wipe it all off again, and then push it back in. Take off any remaining talcum powder from your hands and the gimmick, and there we are. And what you'll notice now is that will be super smooth, just like fanning powder. In fact, you can even use fanning powder if you don't have any talcum powder around, but you do have fanning powder, and there we go, like that. So just a few little tips on using the Wow Gimmick. If you do have any other questions or need some other advice, please do pop us an email and we'll see if we can help you out. Thanks for watching.